Contribution splitting can be a valuable way to equalise a couple's super balances if one partner has less super than the other or is on a lower income. It may also benefit you if your spouse is younger, and transferring contributions into their super will help you qualify for higher age pension payments. In this video, Garth takes us through the super contribution splitting rules and how to apply. If you find this guide useful, please remember to subscribe so you don't miss out when we publish a new video. Please remember this information is general in nature and doesn't take into account your own situation.
Contribution splitting can be a really effective retirement planning strategy for super fund members, so long as it's carried out appropriately and carried out effectively. Now, by way of background, the superannuation rules allow certain super contributions that have been made into your super fund for your benefit to be split or transferred into your spouse's super fund. Essentially, you're allowed to split up to 85% of the taxed splittable contributions that have been made for you and transfer them into your spouse's superannuation account. Now, when I refer to tax splittable contributions, I'm referring to employer contributions, for instance, super guarantee amounts or salary sacrifice contributions, and also personal deductible contributions that you might have made to super for which you've claimed a tax deduction. So you can split, as I mentioned, up to 85% of these types of contributions. We can't split non-concessional contributions. Now, the formal limit on the amounts that can be split is a lesser of 85% of those splittable contributions and the concessional cap for the financial year. Now, there are some cap issues to consider. When those contributions were initially made for you, they count against the initial recipient's contributions cap. In this case, they're assessed against your concessional contributions cap. When the amount split across into the spouse's account, it's not assessed again. It doesn't get caught or assessed against the receiving spouse's contributions cap. Now, the amount that's split into the spouse's account forms part of their taxable component and is included in their balance and in the calculation of their total superannuation balance. There are some age restrictions applied to the receiving spouse, the spouse to whom those contributions are being split. They need to be either under their preservation age or at their preservation age, but not yet 65 and retired. So I'll just go through that again. The receiving spouse must either be under their preservation age or between preservation age and 65 and not yet retired. For instance, if your spouse is age 65 or over, you wouldn't be allowed to make a contribution splitting application to move contributions across to your spouse. The reason for this is to try to maintain the integrity of super, that we can't just split contributions to a spouse who already has access to those amounts of money. Now, when it comes to timing, the application to split contribution occurs or is made in the year after the contributions were received by your fund. That is, we're applying to split last year's contributions. When the application is made this year, we're applying to split contributions which are made into our fund last year. So we're essentially splitting the prior year and only the prior year's contributions. Now, the exception to this is, for instance, if you were looking to withdraw all your money from super by way of a lump sum withdrawal, or you're rolling over to a new fund, if you're starting a pension, for instance, you can apply to split the contributions in the year that the contribution was made. So by way of an example, let's just say that I've made contributions this financial year up until today, but I'm going to leave my current fund. I'm rolling over somewhere else. before I roll over, I would apply to split contributions now in the current year that those contributions were made. So that's the exception to that splitting rule. Essentially, what we're looking at here is contributions being made for the benefit of a member. We then, in the following year, apply to have up to 85% of those contributions split across into our spouse's superannuation accounts. The question is why? Why is contributions splitting worth considering? What are the benefits that can be achieved? Well, first of all, if one spouse is older than the other, it might allow access to benefits earlier. It might allow us to reduce tax on super fund earnings by moving more money into the pension phase. It might allow us to maximise social security benefits or access some of the super strategies which might otherwise not be available to us.
We hope you found the video helpful. SuperGuide members have access to an extended version of this video which gives examples so you can see how splitting is applied in the real world, as well as the steps you need to take to apply through your super fund. SuperGuide members have access to many other guides that can help you save tax, boost your super, and plan for your retirement. Join SuperGuide today, get on track for a super retirement.